Hi, my name is Max Smith and welcome to my website. Using a program called cPanel, I used basic coding to generate and link my web pages, as well as used a CSS page to organize and format it. To create the background for my homepage, as well as the banners used in my other pages, I utilized a website called Pixlr, which allows you to edit images using techniques such as multiple layers in Photoshop. Digital forensics is a relatively new field in today's technology. Its main purpose is to help people protect their information online, as well as protecting the internet as a whole. It has made many breakthroughs online, such as helping solve major information leaks. For example, when a business such as a bank holds onto sensitive information and an accidental release of information happens, they rely on digital forensics to help find those who may have stolen information and to help prevent further breaches in the future. Overall, this field has made the internet a much more secure place. It has also helped solve many instances of illegal trade on the internet. When an individual uses IP scrambling methods, they are able to shield their location from authorities. Many people use this method to traffic illegal services such as drugs, or in more serious cases, people. Digital forensics is a constantly changing field in an attempt to combat new methods as they occur. This is an example of some of the coding that went into the making of this website. Coding, such as this, dictates all the factors that edit the layout of the page. This particular code is for my purpose page. While some of the coding like this just dictates text, coding such as this dictates the images that are found on the page. This not only allows the images to be inserted, but also allows when clicked on, they will link you to the original page in which they were retrieved from. This is the most basic way of generating your own web page. This coding is from my CSS page. While not a physical part of the website, this adds some of the more complex factors to the page. It allows me to manipulate small factors, such as the color of the background, or the font type, but also much more fine-tuning factors, such as how much space should buffer each of the pictures on the website. In the end, I will link the other pages to this one, so that I can use it as a universal rule that I would like spread across the entire website. This allows me to make the coding neater, as I will not have to put each of these rules on each page of code. As our society becomes more reliant on the internet, and as more of our personal information is put out online, we can rely on digital forensics to make sure that it does not fall into the wrong hands. Digital forensics overall helps make the internet a safer place to move about, as well as a more secure place for your personal information to reside. It immensely helps the justice system. Using digital forensics, we can retrieve evidence from a criminal's computer that they have tried to destroy. It also allows us to track and apprehend identity thieves. This field is relatively new, but as you can see, those who took this poll and had heard of the innovation thought it was very important and had a big impact on our society today. This video goes into the importance of the field.
Forensics is important because it helps us gather information on those who harm us on the internet. Without this field, identity thieves and hackers would have free range on the internet and would have very little resistance put up against their actions. Digital forensics does have a downside, as the same methods of gathering information could be used against the general public. While this is true, we still do have those that would help us rather than harm us.
In a way, users do not directly interact with this innovation, but rather they utilize methods contained in this field to interact with it. By utilizing various methods, they can traverse the web using many different technologies. One of the simplest that many digital investigators use is simply a computer with the correct programs installed. Using these programs, as well as their expertise in the innovation as a whole, allow them to identify and catch perpetrators, as well as prevent data breaches in the first place. Of course, utilizing a computer that is connected with a large database would be easier. It is feasible to use a computer that is not. This innovation is very in tune with the internet, as a lot of the methods that are utilized use the internet to investigate certain aspects. One such example is, if a data cache was hacked into and information was released, someone versed in digital forensics would first probably attempt to trace the thief's IP address that he used to access the cache. A lot of the time, data thieves take precautions. The digital investigator must use other methods to attempt to decrypt and identify them. Another example is an identity thief. They can track your purchases and separate them from the thieves. In this way, they can catch the perpetrators. Digital forensics uses many forms of information to function. It takes a multitude of different types of data in, such as entry logs of who has accessed certain areas, as well as bank and credit records. After collecting, it analyzes the statistics to a point where the investigator can make a conclusion. It performs many simple actions to take the information the easiest to read. Some of these simple tasks are just filtering out common IP addresses that constantly access the data. They can transform a long list of transactions to a point where you could just simply pinpoint who has been in that shouldn't have. Although this field has a lot of opportunities to safeguard data, there is a rising threat associated with it. As more people acquire these skills and become more commonly used, many recreational technology enthusiasts gain the ability to enter against security firms. This is one of the main reasons that it is a constantly evolving job. They must innovate to stay ahead of those they're pursuing. This can become difficult as they're focusing on their current cases. Outside users are constantly learning new ways of avoiding detection. This is how the field creates more security. Finally, here is my reference page. These are the sources where I got a lot of the inspiration for the information that I shared with you today. Attached to each one of the titles of the works is a link that will bring you to the website that I visited to first gather the information, as well as included is the year in which it was published.